I'm coming at you with a video on tips for coloring your locks. As you may be able to tell, I recently colored my hair. Get a close up. I colored it, what's today, Monday? I colored it Sunday. So a couple of days ago, I forgot that I wanted to do an actual tutorial on coloring it. I have a couple of videos that I took when I remembered that I wanted to do a tutorial. So I took it like after I had put the color in. So I'll put those at the end of this video. So instead of this video being a tutorial, it'll just be tips on coloring your locks. So my first tip would be to determine how many boxes of color you think you'll need and what brand you want to go with. I chose to go with the Clairol brand. I did a little research on the different color or the different brands. I looked at what is it? Not Nature's Gate. Dark and Lovely, I think it is. Dark and Lovely. I looked at Revlon, and I decided to go with the Clairol Textures and Tones. Oh, I also looked at Cream of Nature, but the Clairol Textures and Tones gave me the color that I was looking for, and I went with the 8-row Desire, Flaming Desire. That's what I went with. So I wanted this like bronzy color, and after doing a bit of research, and I actually got to talk to someone who used this box on the Metro. It was pretty random. I decided that I needed 3 of these boxes, but when I was coloring my hair, I actually learned that I needed 4, because as you can see, I didn't get to color the roots of my hair, at least not thoroughly. Some parts of it got colored kind of by accident, and the rest of it, the majority of it, did not get colored at all. So I actually needed 4 boxes of color. So you kind of want to gauge about how much you'll need based on like the length of your hair and the thickness of your hair. My second tip will be to make sure your hair is clean. I washed my hair about a week ago. Okay, alright, I washed it about a week ago. And you can wash it between from a week up to about 2 days. My husband is recording this video and he's laughing at me. So I say from about a week up to 2 days you can wash your hair, but don't wash it the day of. Stop. Don't wash your hair the day of that you decide to color it, because you want to color your hair on dry hair. And unless your hair color says that you can do it on wet hair. But you also want to make sure your hair is moisturized. When I washed my hair about a week ago, I also conditioned my hair. I used conditioner to make sure it was like in a healthy state, because I knew that the color would dry my hair out. Let's see. The next my next tip would be, well, this one is optional. I did a strand test. The strand test for me didn't quite give me the results that this came out. Like, my strand test was actually darker than what I thought it would be. But basically, I like cut a tip of one of my like longer locks in the back of my hair, and I had some extra extension hair. If you haven't watched any of my previous videos, I have extensions on the ends, which is why the ends are darker, but I'll go into that later. But I took some of that leftover extension hair, I did a strand test on both, and I saw that my hair would get lighter than the extension hair, but I didn't see just how much lighter my hair would get. So I would say the strand test would be optional for you. My next step to do would be, or my next tip would be, on the day that you decide to color your hair, or when you're about to color your hair, section it into 4s. So I kind of like did like a part in the middle, and then like 2. I did this half and this half. For me, because I have where is it? This section right here that is nothing but extensions from my shaved side. This was a section all by itself. So I had this section. Oh, and then I actually had a middle section to make sure I got all of the hair that had extensions on it. So for me, I actually had about 2, 3. I actually had about 5 sections. So I'll say, depending on what you have, like if you have extensions like me, then you'll kind of want to, you know, section it based on that, or you can section it in fours. So you want to section your hair before you color it. And then for mixing, when you want to begin to color your hair. Alright, so sorry, I had to go out for a second. My sister knocked on the door, but I was explaining how to mix it. I mixed the color. I don't have the applicator bottle because I used it, but I do have like this part of it. This was the color that you put in the applicator bottle. I did the, you know, mixing it in the applicator bottle. I shook it up and then I poured it into this because it made it easier to apply evenly on my hair. Like using the applicator bottle to put it on my locks, it probably would have came out spotty on my hair. I personally think so. It would have came out spotty. It probably wouldn't have been even. So basically what I did was I put it in the bowl, and I bought this because I thought I was going to like do this and be all professional and stuff. No. It worked out better for me to actually use my hands and put it on it because I could evenly distribute the color on my hair, and I could kind of gauge how much of the product I wanted on my hair. Also, yes, my next tip would be when you begin to color your hair, don't start from the roots. I think typically you want to start from the roots if you don't have locks. When you have locked hair, you don't want to start from the roots because the hair that's unlocked is going to take faster than the locked hair. So I started from the roots to the tip. Now, for my hair, or for anyone who has extensions on their locks, I started with the locks, the extensions, period. Like I went through and colored, you know, all of the extensions, not touching my hair. Went through and colored just all of the extension parts. And then I began to go back and color my hair because I thought that, oh, if I, you know, put the color on the extensions first, maybe it'll get close to the color that, you know, my hair gets to. It still didn't turn out that way, but had I colored, like say for instance, if I had colored all of the extension and all the hair, like just colored all of it at the same time, this would have been even brighter than what it is now compared to the end. So I colored the extensions first, and then I went back and colored the rest of my lock. Now on top of that, if I was going to color my roots, then I would have to go back and then color my roots last. So I would have had a 3-step coloring process if I had enough color. I would have colored the extension first, then I would have went back and colored the rest of my lock hair up to about like right here, and then I would have gone back and colored the roots so that I wouldn't have what's typically called hot roots. So so I did that for try to get even coverage, but as you can see it didn't. So I started from the ends and worked my way up. My next tip would be after you completely cover your hair. Oh, I'm sorry. One other thing that I just remembered. When I colored my hair, I took it by rows. So I took this row, let's say this row, and I took the color and I would like color it, you know, each lock with my hands, and I did it by rows, and that's how I got even coverage. I didn't just take like a section and it was just like, oh, let me just slap some on it and do it that way. I didn't do that. I took it by rows within my sections to get even coverage, and I did not squeeze the color into my locks. When I was doing my research, I actually read and heard others say that you don't want to do that because one, your locks are like sponges, so it's gonna, you know, soak up the color anyway, and then two, you don't want to get color stuck inside of your locks because that can cause breakage later down the line because the color will still be processing on the inside of your hair. So I did not squeeze the color in my hair. I just coated the outside of my hair. So my next tip would be after you've completely covered your hair, and you've either gone from front to back or back to front. It depends on whether you want the front of your hair to be lighter or the back of your hair to be lighter. It's like, as you can see, the front is like really bright and the back is not as bright. The back is not as bright. So depending on how you want your hair, after you do that, you finish coloring it, cover your hair with a shower cap or a plastic bag. I didn't have a shower cap, but I did have a plastic bag. So I covered it with a plastic bag, and then I chose to sit under the dryer. I want to say it took me probably about maybe 30 minutes to apply the color to all of my hair. Maybe, I'll say anywhere from 15 to 30, no, I'll say 20 to 30 minutes to apply the color. And then I sat under the dryer for an additional 25 minutes. If you don't want to sit under the dryer, then I would recommend just leaving the color on your hair probably for about 45 minutes to an hour to make sure that the color takes. But I sat under the dryer. With one's video that I watched, I think her name is Natural Beauty something. I know she locks her hair. Her hair is locked, and she did a video on coloring. I could put her information in my description box. She also has a video with lock tips, or tips on dyeing your locks, and she suggested that you that after you sit under the dryer for 25 minutes, that's when you go back and you put the color on your roots, and these sit under the dryer for an additional 25 minutes. I didn't do that, so I can't really advise you on how to go back and color your roots. Because for me, I think if I had gone back and did that, I don't know, this might have been like way brighter than what it already is. So I don't know. I can't really give you any advice on as far as how to go back and color your roots. I'm going to go back and color my roots at a later time, like probably maybe 6 to 8 weeks, maybe a couple of months from now. Who knows? But so after you sit under the dryer for however lot of time, or you leave the color on for however lot of time, you want to make sure that you rinse your hair thoroughly, because you don't want the color to sit on your locks or on the inside of your locks and continue to eat away at your hair. So, you know, make sure you rinse thoroughly. I want to say I rinsed in the sink. I rinsed, like, to initially rinse the color out, I rinsed probably for about 5 minutes. Then I got in the shower and shampooed my hair, and so right before I shampooed like each section, I rinsed it again, squeezing the water out of my hair and the color out of my hair to kind of make sure the water run clear a little bit. And then I shampooed it and then rinsed it again. So if the coloring system that he uses allows you or says that you can shampoo, I would definitely say shampoo. And make sure you shampoo with the color safe shampoo. I'll show you the shampoo that I use. Excuse me for a second. This is the color safe shampoo that I use. It's the Shea Moisture Superfruit Complex 10-in-1 Renewal System. I actually bought it the day of Sunday that I colored my hair. So you want to shampoo with the color safe shampoo. What was I saying? Oh, if you can shampoo your hair, you want to shampoo it because that will ensure that you get more color out. And you know, squeeze the hair as you're rinsing it out. And then you want to go back and use either the deep conditioner that the box has for you, the coloring system has for you, or your own deep conditioner. I chose to use the deep conditioner that came in the box, the Pantene Pro V, and it worked pretty well in reconditioning my hair. I like it. I'll be using it when I wash my hair again. My next tip would be after you shampoo and condition your hair, and shampooing it and conditioning it gives you extra time or extra chances to rinse your hair and make sure all the color is out and make sure everything runs clean or runs clear. Then you want to moisturize and style your hair. Now, if you have fine hair like I do, you may find that your hair feels weak after coloring it because you've stripped it of protein. So for me, I couldn't retwist my hair afterwards. I knew just by feeling my hair that it was too weak to retwist, and I didn't want it to thin out and to break off, so I just did a braid out. So I would say gauge your hair, listen to your hair. If your hair feels too weak to retwist and it feels like really thin and just weak or maybe even brittle, don't retwist your hair. Find a different way to style it. I think that's all I can think of at the moment as far as the tips. If you have any questions or comments or about what I did, don't hesitate to drop me a message in the comment box. I try to do my best to respond to those who comment. I definitely like the dialogue. It's really fun interacting with you all. And I definitely appreciate all of my new subscribers. I've noticed that I've gotten a lot of subscribers since my last couple of videos. So hey to all my new subbies, and I definitely appreciate your support, and I will keep the videos coming for you. Thanks. Alright, so I just finished coloring my hair. Well, I just finished sitting on the dryer actually, and this is what my hair looks like so far. Right now it's a little two-toned because the ends of I think I got some of mine. Right now it's a little two-toned because the ends of the front of my hair and like this whole side right here is extensions. It's fake hair, and it was a color too of the hair. So we'll see how it turns out when I rinse it out. So I'll be back with another video clip to show the end results. Alright, so I just finished rinsing out my hair and cleaning up my mess, and this is the final product. It's not quite what I expected as far as like the coverage all over. Like if you didn't know, I have extensions on the end, and the color did not take on the ends. It took mostly on my hair, but I can say that I am loving it. I'm loving it. I really am loving it. I feel like it's different. Yeah, I'm not mad, even though it did not come out but I expected. I love this color though. I feel like it, you know, gives me a nice springtime color. You know, I feel kind of fly and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna see how this works out for me. I think if I end up not liking this, like dark side or whatever, I might try bleach, or I might try like the blondest blonde of Clairol to see if it'll lighten it a little bit. But the only, I guess, downfall about this though is that I can only wear my hair one way. Like, or to one side rather. At least for now. Like, I don't like this. Like, it's, no, I don't like this hot root type stuff right here. I probably should not have colored this part. But yeah. So now I'm about to moisturize it and do a braid out, and I'm out.